The 11th of April, the Ukraine Media Center is on air. Your anchor is Svetlana Nechepenko. We are presenting today the service one-to-one of the Recovery Window Network. The participants are Anhelina, the head of the communications at the Recovery Window, Olena Dub, media expert, Valeriia Krupoderia, coordinator of the Eastern Variant hotline, and Nataliia, the head of the English language department at Rubryka Solutions Media. Anhelina, we have come together to see what your service can offer. Will you tell us about the service and why this service is needed? I work with the window of network opportunity, and we've been here on a couple of occasions, but I think it's good to remind you that our focus is recovery per se. We began as the co-ordinator, and we've got dozens of partners, including Ukrainian media centers, NGOs, and think tanks. Within the structure, we are working on the expertise of recovery. We are covering the process of recovery in regions, and we also work constantly on the issue for our partners receive high-quality assistance. We began with the educational network on the investigative journalism. We then presented the expertise database where you can get some comments or ask for a advice on crisis communications, building, and other issues. When we strategized for the year 2025, we have planned a number of projects, but the situation is that the cuts in grant funding is very serious, and we've been looking into how to help one another. In February, our partners offered some furniture for offices or places for co-working in their vicinities and places. We were supposed to hold an online meeting to discuss what we are going to do next month. We thought about the fact that there are a lot of offers. We might come with a service of the help one another service. You might have heard about the Cafe Espresso services, where you buy a coffee for somebody else to consume. So somebody receives service free of charge. We have the so-called pending, suspended offers for those who are online, but you can also have your own expertise and possibilities suspended online. And I can share with you the way it looks. Let us see the presentation. What you're seeing is the Recovery Windows website. You see the experts that I have mentioned and this idea of helping one another. What you see the general look, this is the announcement board of the suspended services. There are 5 of them now available, including specific cities. But since the service is online, it does not depend on a particular locality. You can see here the co-working space for journalists. This is the city of Mykolaiv. You you see the link, and then you press it, and there is one thing here, that the contact information is available for our partners, which is 130 NGOs and media. But you can suspend your offer here on site, and you can also take advantage of the consultations of the analysts online. In general, the main thing is that these services are free. This is the essence of helping one another. We talk about different video equipment. It's not about consultations. You can take advantage of the furniture of particular places. How can you have your services suspended? You have the option here how to share your service. This is the way to become a partner in our community. You can leave your announcement, place your announcement here. Here is the form with all the details that you can add. The title of your service, whether it's online or offline, whether this is partial or comprehensive, for example, 1 hour of free consultation, and you are ready to work with this service later on. This will be processed by our administrator, and he or she will have it pasted on the website. That's all. Thank you, Olena. I turn to you now. Will you tell us how useful this service can be for the society in general, and what is the asset of setting up this horizontal ties? I would like to start by appreciating this window of recovery service. To me personally, it's important because myself, apart from offering different consultations for NGOs and other areas, this is the areas where I specialize. In addition, I am very keen on talking and sharing information within some professional community, SMN, for example, who are working with the charity funds and other organizations that is not profit-making, but NGOs. What we see is that this community has been working for 7 years now. And what we feel is the specialists need not only a one-way offer, but they are very enthusiastic about sharing information. It's, shall I say, intersectoral sharing of expertise, including practical knowledges. It is also important to set up partnerships, as Anhelina has suggested. Partnership is one of the key ideas of the network of recovery. This is where I can safely say why I have dared to participate, and I have registered my service as a person who is ready to share consultations for half an hour. It's because people turn to me with a request to share your expertise, and can you please answer our specific, concrete questions? What can the small-size NGOs can do? We don't have specialists, dedicated specialists on SMN, for example. And this is where I can come in handy. There are some hints that I can offer. If I don't know a particular answer, I will direct them to the SMN Talks network of ours. I think it's very handy, and I challenge everybody who can share their time. My possibility is half an hour when I can provide consultations, very targeted ones. But if you need some other and wider kind of expertise shared, you're very much welcome. And I challenge my colleagues to enter this project. Anhelina has shown how easy it is. You get registered, you describe what is on offer, and everybody who has been authorized in this recovery window network will be able to take advantage of it. Thank you, Olena. Valeriia, will you tell us your take on the importance of the horizontal networks? Thank you for this opportunity to talk at the behest of the Eastern Variant hotline. We are dealing with the communications with the temporarily occupied territories. This is a very urgent issue. This is very important to preserve the bridges that we have established. It is important not to be afraid from the regional centers, as we work in the Donetsk and Luhansk regions. It's important to talk about the occupied territories. We launched a hotline for a year now, and what we have been seeing is the lack of the relative information where the society does not discuss important issues. The people from the occupied territories have been turning to us through the chatbot and the hotline with the question, how can I get my child's documents restored? Such basic day-to-day issues are sometimes very difficult to identify, especially for the people in the occupied territories. Plus, the internet is not that sustainable all the time. So we are happy to share our knowledge how to inform people from the occupied territories, how this communication can be sustained, how to effect it in a working way, how to be open and not to be afraid. These are our people, and this is why this is a urgent topic that I care very much about. This is what I have put here on the screen. We can offer as much as 2 hours of consultations. We'll be happy to share our secrets, how to do it in a safe way, how the ecosystem of the hotline is working. Thank you, ma'am. Nataliia, the Rubryka Solutions Media has also shared your services. What is it that you can offer, and how can you offer such a service? Welcome, everybody. Of course, we could not but join in. We are co-founders. We are working in the format of the journalism of decisions. It's not about talking about the problem, but about finding the way to resolve the issue. It's not about talking about assistance and how to assist, but rather how to become a part of the network of self-assistance. We are working with the NGOs. We are covering their activities. Our mission is to make them more apparent. One of the services that we have shared is publications, the press releases. That is, you write to our mailbox, and again, we work in the format of the journalism of solutions. Every single case will be adapted on a unique basis. We'll be happy to write about your initiatives. In addition, one of the suspended services of ours, which is so naturally follows what we have been discussing, is the English language announcements, because it gives you an opportunity to reach out to international partners at the international arena, and it is working very effectively. We have known about the cases where foreigners would write to us. They would read about some initiative they are ready to help and assist. We had a Brit who came to the city of Lviv after he has read about our initiatives. And the third point is you can take advantage of our beautiful photo correspondent for 2 hours per month. It depends on the place, on the time. You can write to our mailbox, and we will set the date and the video shoot opportunity. It's important for us, and it is important because it's not about talking some dreamt up solidarity. It's a way to help for what other people take for granted, where you have a space to work in, where you have your own special photo correspondent. Sometimes it is requested by people who want to reach success. I think this service is a very good opportunity. It tells us that resources does not always mean money. We are all facing challenges, and new challenges. Now we have the opportunity to share our expertise that no one will take away from us. This is where we will be helping each other. Anhelina, how many services have been suspended? As of yesterday, 20. But in general, we insist that people should help one another. This is the major message of ours. Every day we see 5 to 10 services coming in. We analyze them in terms of their relativity. We want them to be free. So currently we have 20 services available. Our colleagues have been talking about different kinds of expertise services. And the partners did like the idea of co-posts, which will mean the broadening of our audience. When you talk about the recovery of your region, perhaps the audience is not that large, but to draw your attention and to collaborate with the all Ukrainian media as Rubryka Solutions Media. Here you enjoy the opportunity to find finances. There have been a couple of examples where finances have been found out to renew the schools in one Ukrainian region. So once you have the desire, you are willing to please join in. Did you have enough requests? I know that you are quite newborn. We are now tracking down the information available. We want to track down the history of success. As for the expertise database, we challenge people to share information, and now we are putting together the responses as well as the responses to a particular service and how useful it has been. We also ask the partners to share about the response. Of course, the services are free, and the only paycheck that you can offer is to share your response. This is how we will analyze the responses. The services, as you have put it, newly born, I have not seen so far, but I will be happy if I see your responses in case you shared such like services, and we will see how to increase the effectiveness. I think it's a unique service about the horizontal services, and consultation per se is very useful. So I hope that this free of charge service and for expertise sharing will be successful. You might have noted that the majority of the services come from our partners. It's not from outside, but within the network that are working in our recovery window network. The Rubryka network and Eastern variant, we have had applications from Poltava city. So in general, this all come from within the network. But a couple of our partners have been forced to terminate their activities. And we want to see less and less examples of the media that are terminating their activities, because sharing information is very important, and this service will come in handy. Thank you, ma'am. Perhaps we will have questions from the floor. In case there are, please raise your hands and you will be given the microphone. In that case, it seems that you have put your position very clearly. We've been talking about one-to-one recovery window network, Ukraine Media Center will resume our activities at 1:30. We'll be talking about the multidisciplinary testing in terms of the national project. Stay tuned.